James is having this Buddha bowl that I made this morning, today, and that's sauteed zucchini with some thinly sliced red onion and very thinly sliced carrots, sliced almonds, golden plum with lychee nut and pomegranate arrows, broccoli, mung bean sprouts that I sprouted over the past couple days, and some baby corn. And he'll be having it on the cauliflower rice that I fried up so it doesn't look quite as pretty. And I have arugula, red cabbage or purple cabbage, and cilantro there.
Underneath,
and
right?
The dressing that I made, I'm just having a leftover from this morning, heated up soup. I guess I can tell you how I made that in a minute, but the dressing there, James can just scoop that out as much as he wants of that. And
what's that made of?
it is tahini, which was given to me. I've never had tahini given to me before from food bank or Salvation Army or anything like that. We don't go to the food bank, we haven't for years, because James makes just a little bit more, like what is it, something like 25,000 you make, and
24, 25.
Yeah.
So that's
and
for
then,
you, me, and the chicken.
Yeah. And then the cutoff is just a little less than that, whatever it is, and so we don't make a cutoff to go to the food bank. But if we were single, then we'd be able to make 18,000 each or something just to go to the food bank. But they say, well, do you want me to help you with that again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you just.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Can you get it now?
Yeah, you bet.
See,
I think
it's right there.
Oh, there it is.
You see
there,
it?
I was ruining it.
Okay. No, it's fine. I don't care. Because, like, I'm just reusing this packaging, and then I wash it and reuse it, just to show all the different things you could do. So, normally with this, if I were making this salad, I would want to use the fresh broccoli and make it cut up really small. Not sauteed like that, but I only had broccoli frozen in my freezer, so I couldn't use fresh for this today. And the mung bean sprouts, you could use those fresh too if you wanted to. And I wasn't sure, should I put them on the bottom? Should I, like, if I were going to put them fresh, I'd put them on the bottom. I wasn't sure what I'd do with that. And then, anyway. And, oh, I was going to talk about the dressing. So, the dressing, I put this wonderful tahini that was given to us. I picked it up last week, and it's really good.
Is it from the Middle East? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, I think it all is, isn't it? I don't know, but this one's very tasty.
It's made out of sesame seeds, right? I don't know where all you can grow the sesame.
So I think I'll buy this brand if I can find it, because it tastes.
Well, there's a pretty good advertisement.
It tastes like a dessert almost. It tastes like halva. It's delicious. So, anyway, so I put that in there, and I was looking for my hoisin sauce because James likes sweet, and it's easy to make a sauce with hoisin, tahini, maybe a little more sesame oil, garlic, ginger, water were in the blender. Very simple. But I couldn't find the tahini anywhere, and I knew James would want the sweet, so I put some, or I couldn't find the hoisin. So I put the honey in with that, and garlic and ginger, and a lot of lime juice, like 3 limes, and oh, and also that's good with the hoisin sauce, the limes. Oh yes, very yum. And what else? Oh, a little bit of tamari, because I taste it and I go, it needs a little salt or something. So then I'd put a little. So we'll see what James has to say about that once he gets it on there.
Yeah, I gotta kind of toss the salad I don't just like tossing the greens. I like mixing the other stuff around. I wouldn't toss this too much now because the plate's full,
A little bit
close
on
to
the
full,
side,
and
yeah.
I don't want to leave too many leavings around on the deck.
And well, I brought him out some bread because
I like bread.
I didn't make the dressing really thin, so it might not all come out of there, and
I
have a feeling you'll want to sop it up. Yeah, because
I
it's
don't
pretty
like
tasty.
leaving stuff to go to waste.
Yeah.
It's not as though we are living high on the hog and we don't believe in the prosperity gospel. I guess we really don't believe in the gospel. I do read them. I'm reading a couple of gospels right now. One Italian. That'd be Mark right now, and I'm into Luke in French.
So, yeah, James was mentioning how it would be good to have more stacks of these things.
Yeah.
Well, like if to the person who designed this great idea. It would be good to have more stacks, and so you could sell just a single stack of different fixings that people could add on. So say if you want a dinner for two of this,
kind of mix and
then
match.
you could have another stack, right? And because this salad, I was thinking, gosh, I want to put more stuff, and I don't have enough containers for all the stuff I want to put on, and like, because I would have liked to have a whole container of the mung bean sprouts and a whole container of broccoli or whatever, right?
Or maybe
it
the baby corn. I'm not sure if that was that one whole.
No, I mixed that with the broccoli.
That's what I thought. So.
And the mung bean sprouts.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff mixed in there.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have different sorts of things. It's amazing how this little idea has spurred Pauline's creativity. She's quite a creative person already, and then like someone comes up with an idea and she'll run with it and make it partly her own idea and stuff like that. And that's really what I believe in. That's why I think people should read and expose themselves on the internet to stuff that's worth getting exposed to. And you find out what people have discovered, and then you run with it. So run with it. Yeah.
So yeah, I love this idea. As much as the packaging makes me a little sad, but because it's environmentally, I mean, eating so much, like if you were to eat one of those salads, even if you just ate one a day, which would make you a healthier person.
It would make you so healthy.
Yeah.
Worms and bugs and bacteria and viruses.
But then you'd be throwing away that packaging every day, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
you notice how Pauline keeps reusing and reusing.
Yeah,
this is
for
very
this idea to show.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I would rather have a package that's shaped like that, but it's just reusable. But I guess that's not the way people are, though.
Not nowadays.
It's a disposable sort of lifestyle for everybody. Like I was thinking about
almost everyone.
Yeah. I was thinking about our dog Paris, who she's old and she has some issues with, she can't see anymore.
Not very well. She can kind of tell where light is and things like that.
Due to her cataracts.
Yeah.
And, she has some issues with going outside. Do you want me to help you with that? Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yep. So
anyway, I think they are more resentment issues than they are what are the incontinence issues, really, because she's not incontinent in washroom.
Yeah, you're right. She really isn't very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's only happened a couple times.
She gets resentful.
So what we've been doing is putting her in the washroom with
the door open.
Yeah, we just have the baby gate there, and there's the. You'll have to scoop it out of there.
Okay.
Because I didn't make it thin. I made it thin.
Yeah, it's very thick. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's running very slowly. It's
Yeah.
almost glacial. It's very impressive.
Well, it is.
It looked like
Cool out here too.
some lava that's kind
So-
of.
Somebody had given me a package of doggy diapers a while ago, and I'd kept them around. And then I tried them on her, and she wore them okay.
Yeah, she did.
But
you tried them
I
on
thought,
Elvis,
I
her
can't
son.
possibly make her wear these because this is like so much waste, right? I'd have to
Yeah.
put her in cloth diapers and clean them because, anyway. And so I was thinking that, and I was thinking, gosh, people put their babies in diapers.
Yeah,
That's how, they're,
Pampers. Jesus.
yeah.
You know, like there are real diapers, and then there are the things that are so-called disposable. But geez, it's a huge.
Do you want me to help hold that while you scoop it out?
It's okay. Well, what I should do is what I'll do is eventually I'll turn it upside down on the plate.
Oh.
I got quite a bit out of it. There,
Okay.
So, yeah.
Enough for
I'll
you
be
to
able
try it and give a verdict.
Sure. So I'll mix it around in here and things like that. It's tahini. I've had tahini before, and I liked it pretty much. So.
Yeah. It's good. Does it need more of something? Does it taste too bland or?
I like it. It's a little. Many people would find it a little bland. That's the way I
So
like
most
stuff.
people would want to put more
Of something, but
ginger and garlic.
something spicy.
And,
yeah.
yeah.
But I like it.
So I just put a juice ginger, a juice lime, put it in.
And then there'd be the sesame. Right?
Yeah, and the garlic and stuff in there. But anyway, so the soup that I'm eating, I made it this morning. It's a tomato soup with salt, garlic, thyme, and basil, and tomatoes, and water, and I put potatoes in there too. It's good.
It was very good. That was very good soup this morning. It's quite a breakfast, I'm saying. That's all I gotta say.
But I was thinking with this Asian sort of salad, it would be best to have two of these things stacked up and have this one as a meal for two. So have two stacked up and have more of the extra toppings. Like, don't just have one container of the baby corn with the broccoli, with the mung bean sprouts, but have them in separate containers. It'd be good. And how do you like the plum in there with it?
It's a good idea. I like fruits mixed with salad. They really liven up the greenery. Not just in terms of color, in terms of taste.
And with the original salad, which inspired me, that was one thing that was missing, was fruit. They did not have.
Well, I don't know how well fruit lasts, you know.
Well, even most salads
Do have?
have dried fruit, at least. They have something like dried
True.
cranberries.
Yeah, you were
or
talking
dried-
about.
You know? And
Well,
plus
it's much
this is-
healthier to go with the real stuff.
I mean,
Is
this
it?
had the original salad, which inspired me, had cooked chickpeas and stuff like that, so it would not last long. It would have to be refrigerated in the grocery store, and it wouldn't keep for long. So it's one of those things that it's great to market as a fresh product, right? And so the fruit would keep in the container. You could have fresh fruit in there too, and it's beautiful.
What kind of bird is that that's convincing there? I know it's not a kibitz. That's a lapwing.
I don't know. It might be a blue jay because there's been a blue jay that's been
That's what I
coming
thought.
around here.
It sounded like a
And,
blue jay.
you know, he's really cute. He'll go sort of upside down and stuff. He's kind of showing off, right, when he's hanging around here.
Yeah, yeah.
He's trying to get my attention because I think he's probably one that's come around in past years or something.
Yeah.
And so he knows, oh, she puts out the food. Come
There
on,
we
look
go.
at me. Put out the food for me.
I'm a little bit cherry about doing that. We don't want to set traps where cats
Yeah.
come down, catch birds unaware. Lots of cats in the neighborhood.
Well, it happens sometimes. I see the cats get someone, and I feel bad. I had stopped feeding the birds years ago because I didn't want to feed the cats anymore.
Yeah. Because the birds, you get
And
to
then
really love them.
Yeah, you really
They
do.
look
You
in the
get to know.
window and
Well, yeah, they get to know you.
yeah.
They'll do things like, was it this last winter? There was one that he'd go peck on when I was sitting on the one side, he'd peck on the window. So he was like, hey, knock, 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 come bring me food. And then when I was sitting on this side, he'd sit and he'd peck on this window. So somehow he knew where I was.
Really?
Like the curtains are closed and whatever. But he knew. And he'd peck on the window where I was. And so I go out and fill out the dish for him. Sweet little bird.
Yeah. They all are sweet.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're fighting for territory or whatever, the food, they'll get a little bit nasty with each other.
Yeah.
You don't want to get sentimental about it.
Yeah, that little birdie wasn't scared of me either. I'd open the window and he'd be like, hi,
No.
come bring the food. He didn't go away when I'd open the window. It's a good tahini, hey?
It's a good overall salad. I like everything in it, really. I mean, the greenery is greenery, but you can mix it in. What's this, arugula?
Yeah. I normally, like for this salad, I wouldn't have used arugula. Arugula is what I had.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would have used everything else in here, but not the arugula. I would have used Napa cabbage instead.
Yeah.
That would have been better. Because Napa cabbage is sort of like...
How do you spell that?
It's sort of like a lettuce. I think it's just NAPA, isn't it?
Is that like from the Napa Valley, California, I think?
I don't know. But
I think of that as being more like wine country.
Well, it's a thin sort of cabbage.
Okay.
So it's good in a salad. It's sort of like a lettuce. And then I would have used the red cabbage too because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it does look attractive.
Yeah.
But like in here, you can see it mixed around
Yeah.
with the green stuff.
And I don't know, honestly, if I would have used the zucchini, but we had the zucchini. So I had cooked up that zucchini this morning so that it'd be cold to put it in the container, you know. Yeah, and I was thinking another thing one could do is, I mean, this is normally this sort of salad would be for like a young professional woman on the go or whatever. And I think, you know, that would be the target consumer. But nowadays, with people worried about food hygiene and stuff due to COVID, I think a lot of people might be buying stuff like that.
Some people.
You know,
I don't
if
know
they...
if people are worried enough. But
Yeah.
there'd be some people who are
Yeah.
actually responsible to themselves and others.
So, like with us, we just buy the greens. And I know when COVID first hit, everything else was gone in the grocery store. Like, it was hard to get, not that I would have wanted to get them, but cans of soup and stuff like that was all gone, right?
Yeah.
But the produce section, full. Nobody was buying it.
People didn't
'cause
want
they
to be
were
touching
worried.
what other people
Yeah.
were touching, and that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah, and so it might be, I don't know how this Delta variant is going to play through Alberta this winter, but it might be that people want to go for something like that rather than the stuff that's just on the shelves, right? Because they think, well, you know, there'd be one person who was chopping the vegetables or whatever, and not 100 customers pawing through it. And anyway, so they might think something like that. So this product that the people from Coaldale came up with might actually be very successful if they luck out, if they play their cards right. If they really pump up the fact that they're local, and because, I mean, with COVID, people are worried about people they don't know, people from away bringing in disease or something like that. So
the funny thing is,
might worry, might work.
The people who would ordinarily be concerned about foreigners, they're the ones who are going around saying it's not.
You're right.
It's not weird. That's why
Strange.
you really haven't heard much about it. There's been, hey, microaggressions. Let's cool it with the microaggressions. I'm Oriental or East Asian. That's to a large extent what they've been reporting.
Yeah.
That's like, well, faked up news. I wouldn't call it fake. I mean, looks or whatever can be
misinterpreted.
Totally misinterpreted.
Yeah, like the guy who misinterpreted you and wanted to beat you up.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to fight me.
Yeah.
He thought I was scared of him. And somehow or another, that's...
his solution to you being scared of him was to try to make you more scared. Yeah. So,
what an
anyway.
Idiot. He should not be in Canada. He shouldn't be in any democracy.
Yeah.
On my report of him, he should be shipped back. Of course, the big trouble is there'd be a big... If anything was done about it, there'd be a big hearing, and I'd have to testify, and then he'd see who was testifying against him. I know where he hangs around. There are places where I gotta go, and he just pound me out and put me in a wheelchair for life. I've got 5 fractured vertebrae. One of those is down to half. That's my most recent MR. Down to half of what it should be. So I'm hooped when it comes to that. I gotta take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's he didn't even register with me as being a person of special interest or something like that. I was just trying to get social distancing. When he first talked to me, I thought he was being friendly. But and then I deciphered what he was saying. I repeated, "Well, fight with me."
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because James is a very social person.
Yeah,
you would
ordinarily
assume
I
that
did.
people
Along
were
with
wanting
people
to be friendly with him because
Exactly.
he wants to be friendly with people.
Ordinarily, when like
he would never want to fight with anyone.
I go to a place like where you order up sandwiches and they put stuff on, and if there are people who are from Africa, they'll be giving me extra because they like me, and they understand that I like them. I've had people from Nigeria out of the university, more and more. So we got this church, come on down. I walk by that church. I wouldn't go there now for my health and for their health too. But I was thinking of going, dropping by. But I've never seen a white person going in there. And I'd be proud to go there. It happened. So yeah, it took me quite a while. It took him to say this. It's the second time. He won't fight me, to realize. And he'd gotten in my face to realize what he'd said the first time. I thought he was coming over to be friendly. So he totally misread my movements, you know. He wanted to read the worst in it, and you don't know how much of this is happening. Like someone's looking up at the sun and kind of, oh my gosh, you know, like I'm Oriental, and yeah, it was something that was a microaggression or whatever. People can grimace or whatever for any variety of reasons. I don't think the people who don't like foreigners in our society, I don't think they're terribly concerned about COVID. So they claim.
Yeah.
And
it's been an interesting little...
Well, I mean, these stupid idiots are being manipulated by communists. Putin and what I call the People's Republic of China. It's the Derriere Guards Res Intelligentiae of China. They I suspect once they start following down the wormhole of where so much of this misinformation has come from, and it's coming from, I'll find out it's the PRC. They had, I think they improvised this, but if someone says they had this cooked up, not really cooked up or doctored up, but let it happen, let the mutation happen, starting maybe with SARS or even earlier. I couldn't really argue against it, but it seems they have a lot of things on their menu. You know, they've really been hard buttocking Taiwan. Apparently, they're continuing with their expropriation of the South China Sea by using sand stolen from places like the Sahara and stuff like that. They've been they were holding on to a couple of Canadians. That's just a crime against humanity. You can't hold hostages. It's really an act of war as far as I'm concerned. We've been doing so many things that have been acts of war. Really, that's just the way it goes. How we got 2.5 minutes?
Half a minute. So I guess we're about done. So yeah, you can make a very easy, creamy kind of dressing. Totally vegan. Just like
and totally good.
Yep.